Recently on Talk Graphics, AET, don't know how else you could explain that name, but AET from Canada, had problems with creating buttons, and I've run into it myself several times. Basically, there's a background button there which just doesn't do a lot at all. There's a mouse off layer here which consists of 4 object soft groups on 2 layers, and just links to hash. It doesn't actually link to anywhere, but they all link to hash. Basically, I don't like using Zara's navbar because it creates images, and every button it creates as a mouse off button, a mouse over and a mouse off image, and just messy. So what I tend to do is just stick to rectangles or rounded rectangles. So that's one shape is a rectangle in on that layer, and so when I preview it, it previews quite well. And the beauty of this is that this is the only image on the page, and if I right click over that in Firefox and say view image info, that is the only image on the page. The only reason that's on the page is so I can click over it and check everything else. That's a rectangle, and this is text. So if we go back here, and if I select that and control click that text and look at it, the names gallery, and it's got the name HTML text, and so has all the others in the mouse off and the mouse over layer. So they will carry on and produce in the HTML as text, not as an image. So the rectangles are created as rectangles, and the text is created as text. One of the other things I have to do is on the website, I have to put all the website link colours to none, otherwise they'll get underlined or blue, and give them blue colours, and etc, etc. Okay, so let's have a look at this. This is that I've uploaded this site here now, and I'll just control F5. I've uploaded this site here now, and if I look at it, and it goes home, about, get involved, gallery, artists, partners, all seems to work fine. But as was being found occasionally, very occasionally, and it's difficult to reproduce, so you just have to bear me while I carry it out. Come on, you bugger, do it. Ah, there. See, suddenly on the mouse over, that button gets misaligned. There, that button gets misaligned. That button gets misaligned. It's not easy to see, but it's happening. And I think actually what's happening is that that rectangle has got a link to it, and that text has got a link to it. And when you mouse over occasionally, you actually hit the text like there, and that misaligns the button. There, misaligned the button. There, misaligned the button. So that's annoying. On the buttons below here, I've removed all the links and added a white rectangle above the buttons on the mouse off layer with a 99% transparency and a link. Now I can't get these buttons to misbehave. They work perfectly every time. Now it could be that you could actually create this one and only give the rectangles the link and not the text the link. But that's as far as I want to go with that. But that works well. And as I say, if you can go Control plus, you can see that these buttons are still very good buttons. They're not images at all. They're just rectangles with text, and the text is kept as text, and they work fine. Anyway, I hope that made sense to some person or other. This is Egg. All the best. Good night.